Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. Damn, that's good. Wait a minute, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna love this channel. Oh man. Except for the time I might take some time off to check in the AA or something. Cause it's like, yo, that's just grape juice. At least that's for the people who want to believe that. Anyway, right? Anyway, those diamond men. I'm going to tell a story. Right? Check it out, right? There was this man once. He was a train conductor. And but even though he was a train conductor, he wanted to do more. Right? So he did some businesses, didn't really pan out. But then he made some observations about male-female relationships, right? Particularly about cheating and men who cheat. And apparently he was a man who cheated. So he decided he wanted to write a book about it. So he wrote a book and then he promoted it himself and he became very big, very famous. That man's name is Michael Baisden, right? Another man who sold cars and did a whole bunch of stuff. He was a comedian, Well, of course, he wrote a book on relationships. And, now he got his little TV show. I know him as Steve Harvey. Then there's another man. You know what? This dude had to sleep in his car one time. He had to sell cars, too. Also, he had to, he worked as a bill collector. Did a lot of stuff, but he had a dream about being directing plays, stage plays and stuff. And he made that dream. That's Tyler Perry. And there's plenty of stories like that, ladies. There's plenty of stories like that. Here's the issue. All right. All of these guys were blue collar guys, right? Blue collar, or they definitely weren't in prestigious positions. Yet these guys are multimillionaires now, right? One of the issues I've seen, and this is going to be predominantly black women on this channel. Black women's supporting it, watching the videos, and this is something because it comes up a lot. I get many black women talking about there's a shortage of men on their level. Because they too caught up in, they think the degrees or something equal like money or financial standing or something. Yet they are multi-million dollar, men who are worth multi-millions, but they might not even have a college degree. Sometimes many women get caught too much into, that status. It doesn't, you know what a degree means? It means you were able to learn something that somebody else gave you. You were able to regurgitate, you were able to memorize any information. Oh, and, I got letters after my name too, so I'm not hating on people with degrees. But it's also a matter of keeping it in perspective. Many women are losing out on some good guy just on some status. Not that he's like ugly, not that he's ugly, or not that he's a bad person, not that he's a fuckboy, not anything that the average woman should reject a man on, but it's usually some status. And I'm gonna tell you why I have problems with that. Status can change. And trust me, over the years I've talked with many women. They'll have a good guy, but it'd be like something stupid. Like, I remember this one woman, right? Had this man, he wanted to, he worked with, I think, special needs kids, right? Really enjoyed the job. But there was something he could have taken or done to get $5,000 more. $5,000. Really, $5,000? It's a lot to a poor person, but in the grand scheme of things, please, you can knock that out. Somebody being like thrifty could spend that in maybe a month. Honestly. So it's like, but because he didn't want to go for it, she ready to leave and everything. Right? Because she was more concerned that he had joy in what he did, but his status. Even with myself, I told, and I always tell this story because to me it's funny. Y'all watching me now because of my writing, right? And right now, it's middle of the day. I don't work for anybody. That's how much money I'm making. I don't work for anybody. And I live off of 30% of what I make, right? But when I first started writing, people worried about the status and stuff. Well, they don't make money, and writers don't really have that much of a status unless they making money, right? But I had people worried about that, right? And I'm just like, no, you got to see if I'm actually good at writing. And I see a lot of women, they lose out on a diamond man. Look, let me tell y'all ladies how to spot those diamonds. Here's how to spot those diamond men, all right? Those men who going to do something. If you can say, look, I understand the money part. Any man, in fact, any man, even though I did a video on my main channel talking about money doesn't make a man still better make some money. It don't make him a man because some men will make money compromising their integrity. But that's something for my man's channel, right? But a man knows he still got to eat. He knows he got to provide, so he still want to do it. And he still want to have drive to do something. In fact, many men have a drive to do something. Ladies, this is how you spot the... don't get caught up into his degree. Because there's men who have degrees who they can fall off. They get fired. I've seen some men, they have a couple degrees, professional standing, then they lose a job or something, and then it's like, blue. No. Deal with the man in terms of his ambition. What does he want to do? That's the first thing. Figure out what he wants to do. Ultimately, where he's going. Right? That's one thing. Now, I know plenty of women have dealt with that type of man, say he's going to do this and that, and he hasn't do it. That's fair, ladies. That is fair. He disappointed you, or he didn't work towards it, or, once y'all got together, he got lazy all of a sudden. Here's a second piece to that. Deal with the man not only find out his ambition, and then just find out how hard he's working towards it. I'm going to tell y'all what. Now, like I said, with the right, when I first started saying I was going to write, only thing out of many women's mouths was, well, how can you take care of us? Hey, they don't make a lot of money, all that. But I had a couple who said, hey, let me see what you got. What are you doing? And if they had went further, they would have said, well, you know what, I'm working on developing a publishing company to publish my stuff. Here's some of what I've been working on. Find out what that dude is doing. That's it. That's it. Find out what that dude is doing, and then ask yourself, how can you fit into that? Don't fit in for the money, though. Don't say, oh, he gonna make money, and y'all know y'all don't click. If y'all click, don't, see, the thing is, if he's a good guy, y'all click. Don't be like, well, he ain't making that money. Let me find somebody making the money. You might not find that dude making money. And trust me, I'm doing a video on that. Because a lot of dudes who get to a certain point, they already have that money. They picky as hell. They ain't looking for diamonds and stuff or that good woman or even a helpmeet. They're looking for a trophy if they make their money by themselves. Like I said, that's another video. But look for that guy who's actually doing some work towards what he says he's going to do. That's it. In fact, if you show a little secret, if you show some interest in it, he'll look at you differently. He's like, oh, she interested in what I'm doing. And don't look at it in terms of income potential. Look at how hard he's worked. See, here's the thing. Don't think, oh yeah, he's going to make $1 million. Like some women might get with some tall dude when they're young, think he's going to make the NBA or something. Like you got some high school girls who will try to get with some tall dude or some buff dude, football player type of dude, thinking, like, no, don't do it like that. See how hard he's working. And mainly, even before that, see if y'all compatible before y'all even get there. And then after that, see how hard you're working. See, don't get too caught up into the status thing. Because status, why are you trying to impress people who don't give a shit about you anyway? You better be more impressed. You better be more concerned about a guy who gives a shit about you, who wants to be there for you, who wants to be your man, who wants to be there for you in sickness and health. who wants to be the father of your children, you know, who, if you get in an accident, who will say, baby, I got this, or if you don't want to work, or here's the even best thing. Find that man who not only is doing something, drive, but then he's looking at you. You tell him, well, you know what, baby, I want to do this thing where I'm making some soaps. And you say, baby, I got you. See, don't get caught up in that status thing. Because a lot of women miss out on those guys early. A lot of women. And just real quick, don't come back with what Steve Harvey doing and all that. Those are examples, okay? Because I know how some people are. It's like, no, they just examples. Because you got plenty of men like that. They might not be on that level. In fact, I just saw a video today I'm recording, of a dude who has a watchmaking company. And he said one time this dude was down to $1. Now, he had a good woman beside him. She was willing to build with him when he said he wanted to do it full time. See, ladies, don't think in terms of the status, because once you get up there, I'm going to be honest, nobody gives a shit. You might impress a few of your girlfriends or something, but the overall society don't care. In fact, they might be harsh on you. I'm serious, they might be harsh on you, because other women who might want that position, they're going like, well, what's wrong with her? You know, they're going to be like, well, nah, that dress ain't hanging right, or she don't look that good. Nah, don't get caught up into that. You know, like I said, it's all right to want that guy who's trying to do something, because every man should be trying to do something. But don't look at, you know, if he's blue collar or something like that, or he ain't in that position that don't look as prestigious. Look at, you know, and even in those cases, really look at what he really trying to do, because he might be that type of person. Because I've met some blue collar cats who own lots of property and stuff, and they had other plans, you know. Shit, I wish, hey, I'd love to have a big commercial property now where I could stage events. I'd be sitting on Easy Street. So, you know. Anyway, right. That's it for today, ladies. As always, it's lovely talking with y'all. Shit. I'm gonna finish this joint off. Peace and blessings.